Well, we got something here. I can't see quite yet. I can't tell if there's a dog proof right beside that levee. I can't tell if that's where that's at or not. That's where we caught the coon the other day and the coyote the first day. So this is check day 9. Actually just went and caught a bobcat. It was in a residential area getting into a chicken coop, so I didn't take I took a couple pictures that I'll throw up here, but that one been giving us fits. I think that's a coon in the dog proof. That sucker been giving us fits. He'd gotten out actually, and I'm not sure how, but the trap had been fired twice and pulled out of the bed with nothing. So I went back in. I was doing a walkthrough, and I went back in and set 2 traps in the walkthrough, then added a dirt hole on the side as well. And busted him. He was caught in both the traps in the walkthrough this morning. I was so glad, because man, that hurt my feelings when we showed up and they said we had one and lost it twice. I've never had that much problem with a bobcat, but I'll show you some video later. It's a nice, pretty bobcat, and this is a coon in our dog proof. So we are getting the morning started off right. Yes, sir. That's a big old ridge running looking coon. Hold with me. And they got these canals that are dry right now, and you can see, I mean, they are just covered up, and it's been a little while since that's a pretty nice looking coon there. Caught on cat food and strawberry syrup. And you can't tell it quite now, but some of these canals, more so than others because they're softer, but are just loaded down with coon tracks. And that's a big pecan tree down there that the landowner was wanting us to catch some of the coons because he knew they were getting in his pecans. So we're slowly but surely working on them. What to think about these beavers? We had activity at the dam here yesterday. Patching activity, so broke it out, broke another spot out to try to get the water coming down, get some beaver activity. I actually tried to walk out through there and walk up and see if I could find another spot, and man, it got deep quick in my chest waders. So I wound up putting that conibear right there tucked in behind those reeds, that cattail. I figured maybe if he's patrolling, checking out the dam, he might cut back through there. Also put some castor up above it to try to entice him even more. And there's some otters come through here last night, or a raccoon. You see that carp? It was actually dead right here yesterday when I was breaking this thing out, and something came through and got itself a good meal. I don't know. There's our other trap sitting right there, so no beaver activity, which is thoroughly disappointing. Probably a coon sat here and just gorged itself. Maybe that big fat one we just caught up there, I don't know. It's a cool little fella here. We'll pull up and see him fly off, but burrowing owl. Look at that pair of them. What you looking at? That's really cool. Look at them long legs. Just thinking, most owls have feathers on their feet, or the ones in the east anyway. I don't think these guys do. The little hole here, I guess that maybe is the main hole. I don't know. Just hanging out. Little mule deer doe. silhouetted up there. First mountain lion catch, mountain trapline catch, not mountain lion. Hopefully we got that today too, but this dog proof. This is the third skunk for sure, maybe the fourth skunk. I'm wearing them out here. I never dreamed there'd be this many skunks out here. Be hard to find a prettier backdrop for catching a skunk though, huh? Well, that ain't sure what I like to see. Coyote came right here. I got a set right there. And then there's a series of sets. These are kind of a couple of small washes going over the hill, and there's a set in each. The next, or not a set, but just a trap. So just over that hill is where we caught the gray fox yesterday, and then just over that hill, still haven't had anything. But coyotes running the roads. I just didn't have enough apparently to pull him off right over here. I mean, he was golly. He was on location, or I was on location within, what, 15 feet? But not close enough. I think the cows trampled me here. And my trap. Not real sure why it didn't fire. Ready to go. Pretty sure it's the cows that walked right over me. I'll get that one reset. This is the second snake we've seen. I've been surprised we hadn't seen more as warm as it's been. A little striped fella. Big as nothing. Right here by the water, where there's oodles and noodles of ducks. Look at them all. Oh, there they go. There's a bunch more right out there, like a bunch of shovelers. I think these ravens may be wanting to eat this little fella. Dang it at the ducks, y'all. I don't know if you can see it. And that was a see it up in here. Look at him. Oh man, look at that. Golly. That's awesome. I didn't realize that I'm trying to keep this wind. I guess they were right up against this edge trying to stay out of the wind. Man, they're still fluttering and flying around up there. Right up against this edge trying to stay out of the wind, and I backed up, pulled up right up here, and they all flushed. And man, it was a pile of them. That's more ducks than we've seen, and there's still some ducks down there on the water. And they're loaded up in here. God, that's cool. Well, crap. Here again, this is where I had I caught the coyote and then the skunk. It was dug up yesterday, and I had kind of a walkthrough done yesterday, and he came in and got me from the back. So I figured, well, I'll make coming across my trap the most appealing part. And apparently that worked. But not to the point that I actually got him. So throw a little bit more bait down the hole and see if we'll come back and maybe third time's a charm. What we apparently aptly named Skunk Canyon. This is the fourth skunk at this location. We have been hammering the skunks, and I don't know if you can tell, there's a front moving through today, and we're supposed to get some of these crazy desert winds, sandstorm-like winds, or maybe not sandstorm. To me, it is. 50-mile-an-hour winds, sustained winds of like 25 to 30 with 50-mile-an-hour gusts. I mean, you can see it's really kicking up, and I'm kind of in a bottom here. Once I get up on the hill, we go to check our line trap and probably get a better look at it. Not a whole lot doing on the mountain lion. That's the second skunk for today, and that's it. Unless there's one on the backside, and unless there's something in the lion trap, the last lion trap. But heck, we still didn't have a bad day. I'm super glad to have finally caught that bobcat. So. Look at those ducks. Man, they're stacked up in there. Now wind's just holding them down. Whoever thought? Nowhere near the delta or... Oh, you can see the wind is... You can see the haze. I'm pretty sure all that's sand and dirt being blown around. All the way around. It's ripping. Ducks, massive ducks out there just chilling. That's cool. If you've ever wondered how to control hogs on your property and didn't want to go through the hassle and headache of trying to trap them, this is a reasonable alternative. Apparently that's what this landowner is doing, is to keep the hogs out, building a barricade of old tires. And I guess it works. It makes sense that it would work. It's gonna take a while and probably make all your neighbors mad, but just an idea. If you were fed up with dealing with the hogs, just build you a tire wall all the way around your property, a couple layers deep, might keep them out. Something I wasn't really expecting to see. Big old flock of snow geese, I guess. I am no goose expert, but the waterfowl continues to impress me. Man, these beavers been bugging me now. We finally got on this real good sign, this real good dam. I broke it out. Let's see, these traps have been set for, this is our second check. Broke it out in a spot right at the foothold. No activity the first night. So we broke out this one more and broke out a couple spots. And you can see there's some, man, this wind is whipping. The dam's patched. And we got some little cinder blocks that we found around here and used to anchor off the drowning cable. And I had a stick there. I was looking hard, I just put the stick through the cinder block to make sure that it was stake solid. Man, I was looking hard. The stick's definitely not there. And I'm having a hard time seeing anything in this viewfinder, but I can see, barely see the beaver down there. It should be right in there. I can't see a thing. But we'll get him pulled out and reset this trap. And it seems kind of silly maybe to be coming to Texas and trapping beavers, but honestly, there's a bounty on these beavers. And so trying to use that bounty as a way to finance the trip. You know, we're getting some good cats and stuff, but so that's why I've been putting a little bit of emphasis on trapping these beavers. Ordinarily I wouldn't be worried about trapping beavers, but because of the bounty, using that as a way to justify the trip. So jumps a duck up there. So down there's the dam where we caught the beaver, and I've just been wading up along this canal looking for sign. These beavers don't seem to be super receptive to castor mounds and stuff, but I found, I'm not sure if this is still the used lodge or banked in, but at one time it was. The way I could tell, I mean, you could see kind of the sticks, and that's generally a telltale sign. Or maybe you can't, but a little indentation. But there's several of those up along through here. There's no really any fresh mud or fresh sticks, but walking through here, I kind of walking right up here on the bank, I went from about knee deep and then dropped down to thigh deep for just about a beaver's width, and then popped back up. And that's, I mean, anytime you're wading in the swamp, you're feeling for runs like that, and you can tell a lot of this mud is just super soft, and you'll mire up till your ankles are higher. Right there, not near as deep, not near as thick. So I've got a 330 tucked in under the water. Typically those beavers are going to be coming out underneath the water, and so I got a 330 right in the channel, the travel way. So sure hoping we're going to bust another one there tomorrow. So I believe this may be the actual lodge they're using right now. I could see it from the other side. You can see all the branches and brush, and it was really tough to tell, and I was still debating. I mean, that's I'm almost positive. And the dead giveaway again, I was walking through here wading, and boom, right there. I'm not gonna drop my phone in the water. Right there, there's a deep, solid, rock solid channel. So I've got a conibear that's right behind that dam in the channel. I feel like it's a pretty good spot, but I feel like this is a better spot. So I am going to go grab it and move it. And these bank den locations can be hard to find. A lot of times in the east, you'll notice where if it's a big tree on the bank, maybe it's fallen over, or you can see a little bit of washing underneath it, and that creates a gap where they can you know, get in there and get a little den going. Here it's a lot harder to tell, but actually that looks like a pretty good root wad there. And this may be another entrance here. I'll have to feel and see if I can feel something else, but I would say this is the active bank den. You can see all the sticks, and especially over there, sticks and mud piled up on there, a lot fresher. That's how you know you're beaver trapping, when you're wet. Oh yeah, that's about right. So we're fighting the wind skinning, but we did pretty darn good today. We got a raccoon, this beaver. I'm not sure that my scale will go high enough to weigh him, but that is the biggest tail that of any of them that I've ever got, and it ain't got a nick or anything on it. That's awesome. Caught this chicken-eating bobcat. We got a skunk from the neighbor here, and then we got a couple more skunks. So 5 animal catch day.